27 mil is quite a lot of people when you're from Norway with 5 million people. Well, yeah, fair enough, I suppose. But you've got that whole you've got the whole, Central European time block, right? So you've got like that whole region. Like we have, like, for my time zone, we have Australia, we have New Zealand, we have Japan, which I'd actually love to learn Japanese and do. I'd love to be a multilingual streamer. Actually, I'd love to do like full Japanese spoken streams, but that could be something in the distant future. For now, it really doesn't help me at all because most of the Japanese market is interested in Japanese language streams, which makes sense. It's a lot easier to follow along with streams if it's in a language you understand and speak fluently. And yeah, then there's China. And I think, is Twitch blocked in China? I'm not sure. Wouldn't surprise me if it was. Yeah, you're lucky with the time you exist in. Yeah, it's certainly handy. But fortunately for me, I don't need to worry too much about what time I'm awake. Oh, there's a data log there. Like, all I really need to do is just be consistent with my times. Because, yeah. But, work's shit anyway. It's just a means to make money, so I am happy to ditch that the moment it becomes viable, really. And, then that completely opens up my streaming schedule, so I could really go at any time, and it wouldn't even need to be consistent. So I could do, like, 12 and 24-hour streams and not have to worry. Although, I was thinking about that. Like, I was thinking, like, a 24-hour stream, I really don't feel like it would be that hard because, like, a lot of my life I've been up for well longer than I should have, doing shit like playing games and just hanging out with friends and stuff like that. So I feel like that could be like an easy goal for me to set. Although probably not really any more entertaining. Like, I just might speak a little less by the end of it. God, you could never do 24-hour stream. I struggled the last 2 hours in your 12-hour stream. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I'm probably massively simplifying it because streaming does drain you a lot more than just casually playing a game, or even just intensely playing a game, I suppose. Like, if you add streaming on top of that, then it just drains you so much quicker. I remember the first, like, month or two I started streaming, just every day that I finished my stream, I was just like, oh my god. But yeah, like, yeah, you know what? It would probably be hard regardless. Like, I could probably stay up 2 or 3 days just casually gaming if I really wanted to push myself, but streaming would probably be a different thing entirely. So, hey, maybe we can see how that goes one day. Maybe I'll do like a celebration 12 or 24-hour stream when I eventually reach affiliate status. That could be cool. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not really interested in like blah blah goals or anything like that. I don't really like the idea of incentivizing people to pay me and doing goofy shit in return for it. I kind of want people to pay only if they're interested in the content and seeing where it goes. So I might just do it as a fun thing, if that comes to be. But, that's basically just setting a follower goal, so what the fuck am I doing? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's a maybe. It's a hard maybe. Streaming is pretty draining, yeah. So much to focus on at the same time. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, paying for me to do goofy stuff is what channel points are for, in your opinion. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose they do work kind of like that. I do kind of feel like that is along a similar vein, like, you're essentially paying people to, stay in your channel, right? So it is the same thing, it just doesn't directly equate to money. Although I guess for Twitch it does because, hey, data mining. But, yeah, I could see that. Like, that could be a decent compromise. It's the whole idea of you earn points just for being a part of the community. Oh, fuck, this is on fire again. Prisoners. At least there's only 2 of them. I really don't care if they die. I guess Willem I kind of wanted to recruit. But he's not that great. I don't really care if he dies. Yeah, go on, eat your food. Eat your food and choke to death, Willem. That's what you get for having a quote-unquote accident. Alright? Fuck yes. But yeah, like that's kind of the that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't looked into like any bots or things like that, is because I'm really hesitant as to what the bot takes as a payment. And also I'm hesitant to, yeah, you know, really do anything that like procs engagement for things other than the stream itself. But, you know, that's just kind of my philosophy, and I'm pretty, you know, live and let live with things, so I don't really care how people go about it, about their version of streaming and whatnot. I just kind of want to see how well I can do going about it this way. And, you know, it might be a total failure. Oh, God, this fucking... you know, it might be something that I need to adapt. This fucking fire. Come on, people. Yeah, you know what? Just go to sleep. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the fire. Just go to fucking sleep. Yeah, you know, I might have to change how I do things. I might have to, so much smoke. I might have to end up compromising on certain things, and I might end up just wanting to compromise on certain things because I changed my mind about how potentially harmful they could be and stuff. But what? There's a fire. Well, shit. Shift is over, so not my problem. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, unfortunately, they just all went to get spacesuits first because I guess none of them wanted to risk any sort of health problems. Which, there's going to be health problems for anyone who exists in this space for, like, the next in-game day or 2. That temperature is awful, and that smoke is deadly. So, I guess they did what they had to do. Nothing got damaged. Yeah. It was bad environments, but nothing actually got damaged. And Willem is slowly dying, but I don't really care about that. Zlagathor is not so slowly dying. Imprisoned 75 days, get fucking wrecked. But yeah, I'm not even considering capturing Zlagathor because he's peace-loving, and we do not want peace-loving people on our ship. That is not the bucket we are kicking around. This still has work to be done. This still has a bunch to be done and a bunch to be hauled. Great. Well, it has a tiny bit to be done, I guess. Much less than this. But we can still look into... Nobody's doing this. Fine, I guess. Nobody's doing any industry. Doge is making some water for us, but that's about it. Frank, nope, nothing. Hull blocks still need to be made. You had a CK3 prisoner who you imprisoned as a child, forgot all about her, and when you remembered she'd been imprisoned for 25 years. Whoops. Yeah, that happens. Dungeons tend to get like that in Crusader Kings. Like, once you get above like 60 or 70 people in your dungeon, it kind of just becomes a case of I'm either mass ransoming people, or if I have people in the prison that can be ransomed that I don't want to be ransomed, I'm just gonna let them all die. Because, yeah, like, it just gets so obnoxious to handle. And eventually, just the ransoms don't become worth it. And I suppose with certain religions, you can get piety for executing heathens. So it can be a great way to generate piety if you have a bunch of heathens in your prison. But apart from that, just completely ignore them, let a plague enter your dungeon, and just wipe them out. When you have 60 or 70 prisoners, that's what the max execute button is for. Yeah, I mean, I dig it, but, you know, sometimes, like, I generally, most of my gameplays, I have I have a lot of my vassals in prison. Um, you know, it generally would cause a lot of tyranny, would cause a lot of hatred around the realm if I max executed like 30 or 40 vassals. So I generally avoid mass execute unless I'm someone like the Norse and trying to generate just a fuck ton of piety. Which, you know, is definitely good. But I'm scared to click mass execute when I have more people than I care to look at in my dungeon. Oh my god, gas scrubbers, come on, can you do your job? That's not what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at. Let's open the doors here so that they can just vent out a bit more. This is a closed vent, so shouldn't be affected by the smoke at all, which is fine by me. These doors, you know what? I can just leave these doors open because they really don't need to be closed. I wonder if opening the door compared to closing them has an effect on comfort. So that gives -2 for the oxygen generator, and if I close the door, still -2 from the oxygen generator. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's just open it up. That means the vent is closed, which is fine. Willem, I mean, you're fucking dumb for choosing that place, and Zlagathor definitely made the right call. But it's fine. You're not going to die over there before all the smoke clears away, so I don't really care. You executed all vassals who opposed you, got 100 dread, all hated, but no one dared to oppose you anymore, so works well. Yeah, I suppose so. Also, you know, thinking about vassals and executions and righteous punishments. One thing about Crusader Kings 3 that really, really annoys me is the idea that you can have a civil war rise up against you, right? You can have like a war of tyranny or a claim on a kingdom or anything like that. And if you capture one of the leaders who is fighting in the war, like, you know, say you capture a count or a duke or a king or whatever, they will leave that war, which I guess is reasonable, right? Because you've essentially defeated that person individually. There's nothing that they can say other than, okay, I'm now your prisoner. That part is totally fine by me. What is not fine by me is that if you kick a vassal out of a war, out of a civil war, through these means, it becomes tyrannical for you to revoke their lands. The only way you can revoke a vassal's lands without it being tyrannical is by making sure that they stay in the civil war until the end of the war, and then imprisoning them as part of the war goal, which I think is so fucking wonky. Like, that just makes no sense to me. If they're part of the same war, they should be eligible for the same punishment. I kind of think that that's a bug by Paradox, because it certainly doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever that it should actually work like that. But yeah, I've gone down into downward spirals because of that before, like accidentally revoking titles of people who I should be able to revoke without incurring tyranny, but because herp derp, you captured my lands before the war ended, it no longer counts. And yeah, that really annoys me. But anyway, like, yeah. I mean, playing Space Haven here and all doing is talking about Crusader Kings, which I guess is fine. Like, Doge, feel free to talk about whatever you like. I'm happy to talk about Crusader Kings all day. But yeah, I mean, I should probably talk about some Space Haven things as well. But like that being said, fucking nothing's happening in game, right? Prisoners are dumb, and smoke takes forever to clear. So, like, all I really need to do is speed it up. Wait, someone died? Oh no, that's old. It's like a thought still there. That's fine by me. Totally fine with having just all these bodies lying around. Like, I really don't care. They don't have any mood effects, so they are decoration. This is subtle encouragement to remind people of what happens if they try and board our ship without permission. That being said, though, there's a lot less people here. That used to be piled like 4 or 5 high. Where are all my people? I am not butchering human corpses, so I don't know where the fuck those bodies went. But it's fine, I guess. No, police officer, these aren't corpses, they're decorations. Yeah, didn't you know it's Halloween in 10 months? Prisoner complaints. You think I fucking care? Willem, you did this to yourself, alright? I don't care if it was a genuine accident. Be better. Who was I going to get a gun? There was somebody who had 3 skill and no gun. Wasn't Kanye? No. Maybe it was Vash or something and I already equipped him. Right, so yeah, one thing I should do. Oh, we've got all the data logs for the Mary Shelley. Okay, one thing I'll do is read through these. And, maybe we'll be ready to jump by then. So just give me 1 sec. Glorious water. Okay, anyway, let's get into this. Running at speed 2 I think is fine, because we're almost done with everything. Oh, we are done with everything. None, never mind. Okay, we'll jump to the next sector, and then I shall read those thingos whilst we do the thingo. Sound good? I'm glad we're on the same page. Alright, good shit, Kanye. We are good to go. As long as I don't drop here, I think it's fine. These siren worlds are very, very bad because they essentially cause mental breaks in your players, in your characters at any given time, and that's super scary. Although now we have enough people that we could probably mitigate that, but still, I don't want fucking half my crew setting things on fire. We'll be doomed if that happens. So let's drop here and perhaps trade with this military alliance and mine this energium. Ooh, and it's a mining platform, so that is a sweet deal. You can go next to the mining platform. I have a feeling we'll be doing more business with them than we will with these 3 rocks. No, it's not a mining platform. It is just a spaceship design I haven't seen before. Neat. Let's see what you have to trade. Wait, what do you want first? I should look at that. You want hull block. Oh boy, can I deliver on that. And everything else, I mean, chemicals maybe. What, do you have raw chemicals? No, you don't. Water I don't need. Energy rods could be good to pick up or start picking up. There's nothing else I think that I really need. I've got so many of these. I'm making my own food. Hyperfuel I'm very low on, but I guess I should just stop selling that rather than buy any of it. So let's just get some money off these fools. That would be absolutely everything they own. So can I get both money and goods? I suppose I could get energy rods. I do have 20. I will need them in the future, so we can stock up for the future. They should help us out in the long run. And that will allow me to sell more hull blocks to them, which is a pretty sweet deal. So that'll be 1,300 total if I don't buy anything from the fella. And I don't think I need to buy anything from the fella. Maybe I just grab that. No, you know what? That's 10. That's totally fine. Cool. Alright, happy with those trades. They will also take a while, so let's have a look at entry number 4. Log 4. A secret which I desired to discover. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. The artifact... Oh, unpause please. The artifact appears to be a combination of an exotic hyperspace signal transmitter and some kind of incubation chamber. Oh. Or maybe a suspended animation pod that doesn't rely on cryostasis. Maybe both. And it has an occupant. Oh, interesting. The creature within exhibits truly remarkable adaptations that can't possibly be natural. I don't know if this thing even needs to breathe air. But, of course, that raises so many questions. It looks designed, but who designs a life form that can survive and work in space? That's definitely what's going on here. The biodroid? Creature? Whatever it is, it has an organ in its brain that's sensitive to the hyperspace signals from the artifact. We tried pushing a few different buttons to see if we could get a response, but nothing's happened so far. Ah yes, the old scientific method of push buttons, things happen. I love it. That's kind of, yep, that's my method for sure. That's hardly surprising. Okay, game. We're trying to operate a piece of technology that runs on completely different principles to everything invented by the human race. All their standards and protocols are different, right down to the voltages, circuit architecture, and everything. We're poking blind at this thing, but I think Chase and Ray are making some inroads on the translation. I don't think they care. I don't care if they aren't making progress, really. Watching the way those two smile as they work together always lifts my spirits. If they succeed, though, I bet this creature would be just as compliant as any robot. But why not just build a robot? Sadly, that question will have to wait. Fletcher says this system is running low on available water. We'll move on to somewhere we can stay a little longer and build a containment pen on the ship, where we can study the organism properly. We have a good lead on a relatively wealthy system along the derelict alien ship's trajectory. Maybe we'll find something out that way. I've attached the navigation data log to this entry. Can't have too many backups after all. Neat. So does that mean we get a notification as to where that is? Surely it's not referring to the abundant resource system, right? Maybe something spawns in now that we've triggered that thingo. So what's worth looking at? A safe system would be great for trading. So, okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking we clean up this uncontrolled system. There's a bunch of, well, there's a couple other places to visit before we're done with that. Then I go check out the cult, see what's going on in the lands of the cult of New Haven. Then come back up here, fully explore that, loop around to the abundant resource system, see if anything has changed there, come back here, clean that up, come to this safe system and start trading with them. So just a big loop to 100% this whole entire corner, which I think would be great. And then I can come down here and, you know, do something like that. We can see how it goes. Think you should go for galaxy domination, but okay. You know, I maybe could. There is, like, I can build more ships, and, like, the idea will be one day to build a ship that is purely dedicated to attack, and one that is purely dedicated to the generation of resources. Or perhaps, you know, two that are purely dedicated to attack. For now, though, we just don't really have the resources to do anything more than a hybrid between the two. But we are getting the research done to be able to go further with that. Maybe I shouldn't set it that way. Maybe I should rotate it. It's fine. It'll be fine. There's that, and there's shields, and there's... That's it. No, but I need the space to put in, like, weapons turrets and shit. So, I think I do rotate this way. Just so there's a little bit more space up on this wing up here. Yo, how's it going, Ariel? Why have you not been informed of the stream? You are upsetty spaghetti now. Huh. I'm not entirely sure. I did post... I did use the, use Twitch's, thing that tells, like, you know, says, hey, I'm online, send out the notifications. Although that thing is kind of awkward. Like, sometimes it, like, automatically sets you online when you're not ready to go streaming. And I have no idea if when it does that, it sends out notifications to people, because that'd be super awkward. Like, people are getting notifications, and then I just go offline immediately. But yeah, sorry about that. Maybe I can just drop a little message into the Discord. I don't want to do that. That's so spammy, though. Like, I really hate that whole thing of, like, Herbiderp is going live. Come watch now. Because it just gets so fucking spammy, and I don't want to see that shit. And so I don't want to push that on other people, you feel? So maybe I can work out a less spammy way of only reaching people who want to be reached. Like, that's kind of what I thought the Twitch notifications would do. I might need to look at something more, though. I could check that out, though. It's no problem. Anyway, sorry, you did miss, like, the first, I don't know, 50-odd minutes. But welcome. Also, Ariel, if you want to claim somebody within the game, then by all means. So far, we have the Doge in-game. We have Rasmus in-game, who is Young G. And we have Tom in-game, who is... Oh, God, rack my brain. Remember who this was? This was... Oh, my God. Fuck, who was it? Yeah, I'm sorry, Tom. Make you the worst character on my ship? Oh, jeez. Who would that be? Worst is kind of subjective, right? Because everybody has their own individual roles, and as long as somebody can fulfill a role, then they are basically as useful as anyone else on the ship. So let's take a quick look at skills and see how useful people are. Charming and botany. Also, perception is a good thing to look at because perception affects accuracy, and everyone's got a gun. So, perception is good to look at, especially if there's a weapon skill. If somebody has high weapon and low perception, they are less valuable than high weapon, high perception, obviously. But yeah, anyway, let's take a gander. Also, I think we're done with these trades, so we can move on. I don't care about your shuttle. Yeah, cool. We can move on, and I'll check that in the next sector while we're mining. Jump, please. Go away, go away.